FDC candidate Nandala Mafabi promises to protect the Karimojong cattle from extra threats, while legislators vote to train special categories including the UPDF in Parliament. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Micheal Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakon will join us in just a few seconds for a sign language interpretation. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has kicked off campaigns in Acholi sub-region, starting with the Amuru district. Robert Onyango moves with the presidential campaign trail, and he has the detail.
Okay, let's welcome the national chairman.
The National Resistance Movement Party presidential candidate, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has received a heroic reception in Acholi sub-region.
DJ
Museveni has taken the presidential campaign trail to Acholi through Amuru district. To receive the president in Amuru has been religious leaders supported by local politicians.
Lord, make for us leaders with strength and courage to follow you.
Your Excellency, Amuru district was the only district in Uganda where all the members of parliament were opposition, and from FDC, and the chairman LC5 was also in opposition. But Your Excellency, I'm happy to announce to you that as I talk with you, you now have the flag bearer who is a member of parliament. You now have a flag bearer who is also the LC5 chairman.
And we are ready to campaign for the peace as young people and as party strata. And we confirm to you that you are going to get 90% in this coming election because of the peace.
At a campaign rally convened at Pabo Primary School grounds, the president was accompanied by Government Chief Whip Dennis Samson Obua, NRM Secretary John Richard Odwong, Ministers Fiona Nyamutoro and Baramba Rugahara.
That politics is in two ways. There is good politics and bad politics. We in NRM, we practice good politics because our politics looks at the interests of the people in their homes. Check our Acholi sub-region is receiving President Museveni because Lango did very well, West Nile did very well, and actually you are doing well.
The local leaders, however, expressed concerns about the inefficiency and operations of Atiak Sugar Factory.
Request your office an intervention in Atiak Sugar. Atiak Sugar is not all that performing well, sir. Atiak Sugar so far is having 600 billion from the government of Uganda, but up to now, there is no single crystal of sugar in Atiak Sugar.
Addressing the gathering, President Museveni noted that the NRM Secretariat is soon rolling up the manifesto distribution exercise to supporters.
There is a big manifesto, but the NRM teams will come up to the parish, hold conference with your village leaders and give them copies of that manifesto.
On the political scene, President Museveni is running the 2025-2031 campaign trail under the theme consolidating the gains, of which when it comes to Acholi sub-region, President Museveni says peace is the most admired gain of the area.
The first contribution of the NRM to Uganda, as you can see, is peace. Uganda has not been with peace in the last 500 years.
The mismanagement of government programs, mainly in schools and hospitals, has caught the president's eye, thus taking a step to sort out the mess.
But we still have the problem of the stealing of government drugs in government health centers. But we are going to solve it with computers and also network of monitors, including some cadres I want to appoint specifically for that.
According to Museveni, in the coming tenure, the state will continue educating the children of the motherland, regardless of status.
I don't like that system, education for the few. I want education for everybody. Whether you have parents, you don't have parents, but you are a human being, you should be educated. The state should educate you.
To the doubting Thomas, President Museveni says the NRM's journey speaks for itself.
I ask the people of Acholi
to again vote for the NRM so that we transform your country. Because now we have gone from recovery to development. We are now for taking lead for transformation.
As raised by district leaders, President Museveni has committed to speed up the operations of Atiak Sugar Factory.
The Atiak sugar industry will be done if the problem to have a problem. The important thing is that sugar can grow there, sugar cane can grow there, and we shall do whatever is necessary to revive that industry.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
The rain is about to go. You are running away from nothing.
Parliament has passed a resolution to retain the representatives in Parliament under the categories of the District Women Representatives, Special Interest Groups, UPDF, Youths, Workers, respectively. The categories, as provided for by the Constitution, are to be reviewed after every 5 years. However, some members of Parliament asked for a review on the size of Parliament fronting excessive loss of taxpayers' money. Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, and the Attorney General, Chiyowa Chiwanuka, noted the concerns of the MPs.
The Minister of State for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, presented the motion to review the affirmative action slots providing representation in Parliament under special categories.
Noting that Parliament is required under Article 78(2) to review the representation every 5 years after the first review, further noting that the review is now due since the article was last reviewed by Parliament in October 2020.
As the election exercise gains momentum, some processes could be deterred by the silence of Parliament on the constitutional mandate. The House did not object to the motion and supported the extension of the status quo.
So far, from what we have seen, they have worked very well, and we support this motion brought by the Minister.
The categories include of the District Women Representatives, Special Interest Groups, UPDF, Youths, and Workers, respectively.
I want to comment on the one of workers. It has been a long time. The rest, apart from UPDF, persons with disabilities, older persons, they are regionalized. But when it comes to workers, we don't see workers representing the northern part of the country. That's part of the review process that I thought should have been taken into consideration, coming here to ensure that since the youth, we have them at regional level, and the rest, the workers also, the people of the north, the workers who are in the north.
However, Right Honourable Speaker, it is very sad that we still live in a parochial society that does not appreciate women's participation in politics. We have women that have contested with men. And if I look at the 11th Parliament, there are 15 women who were able to make it in all these 356 constituencies.
Alex Ndezi, the MP for Persons with Disability, Central Region, lobbied for more slots under the PWDs. West Budama North East MP Fox Odoi interested the MPs on the huge budget expenses as a result of the size of Parliament, calling for actions.
There's probably a solution that the Attorney General should consider. If we fix the representation of the special interest groups at, say, 3% or 5%, every time we increase the numbers of the members of Parliament, which I have already advised against, we should actually reduce the numbers of the members of Parliament. We should consider retaining that percentage.
And we really need to answer that question, whether the number of members of Parliament is adequate. If it is not, what needs to be done? And I am sure we shall take it on. What I pray to you, honorable colleagues, is as we speak now, as we sit through the process of rationalizing all these issues, we pray that you allow this motion to pass, and then we continue to this conversation so that it is a much bigger conversation, I think.
There have been several attempts to institute a constitutional review commission, but in vain as the responsible authorities cite lack of funds. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
Once a stronghold of opposition politics, Amuru and the Greater Acholi sub-region are now witnessing a slow but steady political shift. The recent defection of Kilak MP Anton Akol from the FDC to the ruling NRM has sent ripples across the region, leaving only 2 opposition MPs standing. As President Yoweri Museveni campaigned in Amuru on Monday, this afternoon, that is this very afternoon, the ruling party remained on a mission to protect the gains and win over the last holdouts.
Amuru, a district long defined by opposition politics and the scars of the past conflicts, is changing color. With Anthony Akol's recent defection to the NRM, the ruling party's influence in the north is tightening grip.
Because of the message from Muse, people have embraced NRM into high gear. As Amuru, that's why the turn-up is too much. Looking at the 2 giants of the opposition who crossed from FDC, Honorable Akol and Honorable Lakony, who is the chairperson on LC5, now they have also helped me to mobilize massively.
The district's woman MP Amuru, Ilusi Akelo, and Gilbert Olanya of Kilak South remain on the opposition bench. This has prompted a new slogan among the NRM diehards: 1 down, 2 to go.
But you can see that the ground has shifted. This place was once blue, but now it is yellow. And whichever leader does not shift with the ground will either fall or the ground will live with him or her.
But beyond politics, the ruling party's pitch in Amuru rests on tangible achievements. The tarmacking of Guru Nimule Road, extension of electricity to rural trading centers, and resettlement support to former internally displaced families are being branded as gains to protect.
Everybody is turning into NRM because of the good program and clear leadership path of President Museveni, where he is handling priority. Museveni does things and NRM government does things as per planned.
Still, one unresolved issue could influence how Amuru will vote in January 2026, the long-standing Upper Land conflict.
I do request and kneel down before you, sir. Please address the issue of Apa so that we remain the way we are.
The people of Madi are saying Apa is in Madi. The people of Acholi are saying Apa is in Acholi. It is simple. The president is for all. What he can do is simple. Let that area become a district of its own so that there is no conflict anymore.
As Museveni campaigned in the area on Monday, his message on Apa showed readiness to address the long-standing conflicts. For the NRM, Amuru is no longer an enemy territory, but an emerging ally. With just 2 opposition MPs left in the district, the party's next move could complete what is seen as the final phase of political consolidation in Acholi sub-region.
Your Excellency, we love you so much.
Henry Okrut, UBC.
President Yoweri Museveni, also NRM candidate, has wrapped up his campaign trail in West Nile sub-region at Paridi Stadium in Ajumani district with a call to the electorate to embrace wealth creation at household level, sustain peace and stability as government scales up macro infrastructure development. Museveni says if he is voted for another term in office, pledged to construct all major roads in West Nile, including between Ajumani and Obongi district, as he directed the Ministry of Works and Transport to ensure timely maintenance of both tarmac and madam roads to avoid their depletion.
Karidi Stadium in Adjumani was full to capacity as thousands of the NRM supporters thronged to listen to their presidential flag bearer, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The Adjumani rally marked his last campaigns in West Nile as crossed to Acholi sub-region in the afternoon hours. Just like his message to the rest of the country, Museveni urged the electorate in Adjumani to embrace wealth creation at household level and sustain peace and stability.
So therefore, I beg you, please, don't relax on this program of PDM. Here, what we want, wealth creation is not like football.
Where you
have got players and spectators. Here, everybody must be a player. That's why we are saying that, please, you cultural leaders, come and show how to be cultural by being rich. And the religious leaders, we are saying that Jesus taught about the talents, those who multiplied the talents.
Connecting all West Nile districts with a tarmac has also been his pledge to West Nile, including between Adjumani and Obongi to Terego, from Moyo to Yumbe, then to Koboko, Panyamul, and Pakwach to Madiokolo to Rhino Camp.
So therefore, I want us to agree that the roads must be both tarmac and Mara must be always in good condition. So the security road from Pakere to Pabo is in a bad condition. It must be worked on.
Letibari anyeto ngadi ko ya pakilesi ori ya ire pabodi ungwele security road di yani diaru tuiku kole angbe ide mi emira.
The road from Adjumani to Obongi is also in a bad condition. So once we agree on the budgeting, what comes first, things will move.
He appealed to Adjumani residents to vote for him and all other NRM candidates since they have proved good work, including increased population growth in Adjumani, attributing it to health interventions, especially immunization.
And as I speak about development, I must notice that the population of Adjumani has now come up. By 1969-70, the whole of Madi, Moyo, Adjumani, Obongi, we are like 90,000. You can go and check in the census of 1969. So when I come here and I see that Adjumani alone is 300,000 people, I feel very happy.
The Adjumani District NRM chairperson Charles Akuku Anzo has made several demands to his party presidential candidate General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for consideration, including the establishment of 2 bridges linking Adjumani District to Obongi and Moyo districts to replace the ferries. The NRM candidate will on Tuesday campaign in Acholi sub-region in the districts of Nwoya and Omoro.
Alliance for National Transformation candidate General Gregory Mugisha Muntu has vowed to crack down on corruption, particularly in those awarding of government jobs through corruption. Muntu made the remarks while rallying support for his presidential bid in the Albertine region, specifically in the districts of Hoima and Chikube, emphasizing the need for change and good governance.
General Mugisha Muntu has told the people of Uhimba, Charusheshe in Chikube district that they need transparent leaders to benefit from oil revenues.
Chikube oye! Awacharusheshe murumuta. Oikasi. Tabero omwebembezi w'amazima akakora n'abandi b'amazima okushobora ebizibu by'omuyango no kureba nk'ebicweka birimu oil nk'eki n'ekyakyori mu oil. Ngwe sente zarugamu zakozesebwa okwimsya abantu b'eyanga bakakurakura kandi umuriho kwayo oira hansi tiyagenda ukacanga omeza abantu bakunywa ukacanga omeza g'enyamishyo zikunywa ukashanga hamutwe ukashanga environmental degradation ichweka kitiragwamu.
He emphasized accountability and good governance, natural resources, ensuring that it benefits the community.
When you have honest men and women in governance, that's always at the core of the development process. Here, there is oil. People think that because there is oil, therefore the area will develop. They should just go and look at what happened on Ogoniland in Nigeria. The people there, oil was a curse to them. Every time I come to Bunyoro, I tell them, please be very careful. If you have people who don't care about others, they will just, exploit these riches that are God-given.
He said that oil revenue will benefit only the few if they don't vote for change. Chikube hosts refugees, which has put a strain on its resources and infrastructure. This has contributed to high poverty levels due to insufficient service delivery. While campaigning in the Buseruka in Hoima district, Muntu promised to introduce merit-based recruitment in public service, eliminating bribery and nepotism in awarding of government jobs.
Deception.
He emphasized the need for inclusive development, ensuring that both refugees and locals benefit from available resources and opportunities. Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
We thank you so much for watching. At this point, let's take a short break. Please keep it with us.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add code with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Coffee Spirit, Simba G. Coffee Spirit, Simba G. Check out the cup. SMS the code. Wamure virabo. Tulaga manyi. Karukasita wabuza.
Masaba maji. Masaba maji.
We call him Masavu ne Premier Distilleries. Simply buy Coffee Spirit or Simba Gin. Check under the cap, send the code to 6688 and stand a chance to win borders, tuk-tuks, cash, airtime, flat screens, mobile phones and a grand prize of 50 million Uganda shillings. This promotion is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply. Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Muzukuramu kumandika na teranga nyingiro ne banafa ba MTN wanje MTN walalo MTN gambachi to get the power to win njagalo funeli yanyi nyo funeli yanyi okuwangula ogenda kuwangula ota ngenda kubanga babukade 10 buli wiki wanje ngenda kubanga kwasa obukade 10 buli wiki kusimu yeye nyingine chabonka chimuchoka line ya MTN banabeka buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula ndakwese momo obulya buli ogenda okusasula ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo ozo kwanga ngenda kwewola kasente kozesa momo momo wanje ogenda ku investinga kozesa momo abya mutali we jamani ne kwa bukade 10 buli week wala kastenyo bimala bwe pa wentandika ngamba kiye kiriwo wanje ne kwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tenze tirinyi halo walirudawa zende guru halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office to denyega ma computer ne nkuta awa namwe na kasitena benesi okubelanga mwana wote koze bitu no amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial star 165# or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
Business news tonight. Thank you so much for watching. The Uganda Revenue Authority has launched 4 high-speed marine boats as part of renewed efforts to combat smuggling across the country's waterways. Meanwhile, the acting accountant general has opened the Treasury Customer Service Week, an initiative that aims at bringing financial management services closer to the people.
Veiling the patrol boats at Munyonyo on the shores of Lake Victoria, the Commissioner General Uganda Revenue Authority John Musingozi emphasized the need to closely monitor Uganda's water bodies, especially those shared with neighboring countries.
Been fighting with the challenge of smuggling, people who bring in uncustomed goods through non-gazetted routes over the lake. And we have been getting reports and sometimes seeing the smugglers but not able to catch them, mainly because the boats we've been using had lower power, but also they were quite old.
The 4 boats worth 3.8 billion shillings will be operated jointly by UPDF and URA customs officers. They are expected to enhance patrol capacity, seal long-standing security gaps along water roads, and curb illicit trade that has been costing Uganda billions in lost revenue annually.
Most of the items that have been coming through the lake have been cigarettes, have been electronics, telephones, have been wines and spirits, textiles, and with this now reinforced capacity at the lake, we'll be able to tame and stop those items from coming through the non-gazetted border points, so that if anyone is...
Meanwhile, the Acting Accountant General Godfrey Semugona officially opened the 4-day Treasury Customs Service Week under the theme Public Financial Management System for Growth and Improved Service Delivery.
So as a ministry, we are a service ministry. We value our customers, and our commitment is to ensure that we have reliable, timely services to our customers. So this event is an annual event.
The week-long activity is also being held in 11 regional support centers across the country, including Masaka, Mbarara, Gulu, Mbale, Jinja, Lira, and Soroti.
We seek to reach out. It's a reach out to our clients, because we think that some clients may either not be able to know that we offer these services, so we are reaching out to them to tell them we are available to attend to the public for any service issues. But also we seek to get feedback from our clients so that we refine and continuously improve the service that we offer to the public.
At the launch, Semugona unveiled the new Service Desk tool, a system designed to integrate all public financial management platforms for greater efficiency and improved service delivery.
Yes, we will wind up our business segment with our Buza Commissioner update, where the Commissioner General of the URA answers questions from taxpayers.
So now, the next question today is from Mr. Twahirwa David from Chisoro, and this is his question. He says, "Good evening, our Commissioner. Which taxes does a school pay apart from pay as you earn? Mr. Tukahirwa, thank you for this good question. Now, schools pay income tax from the profit and from the profit they earn from their business. If these schools are private schools owned by a company or an individual, you will pay income tax as the other tax head. And you know the calculation of income tax. We already discussed that. It will be 30% of your profit after all expenses. Now, the other tax that you may pay, and this is depending on whether you are actually registered as a withholding tax agent, because URA designates and appoints a number of withholding tax agents. And most of the agents we appoint are institutions like schools and ministries and others who deal with a number of suppliers. So we ask you to withhold 6% from the supplies that you purchase from different suppliers. Now, if you are registered for withholding tax agency, then you are most likely also collecting and remitting withholding tax every month based on the supplies you've had. This is remitted before the 15th of the following month. So it is paid in the same way you pay as you earn. The other possible tax that you may be paying, depending on the nature of business in your school, is if you have a business that runs in many schools like a school canteen. Now, a school canteen will be like a shop, and if it has the threshold that is registered is above 150 million, that may be registered for VAT, and in that case, you'll be paying VAT now as a business. That's the school canteen, not the school. And then I think those are the main taxes. Of course, you already know that pay as you earn will apply for all your staff. However, you may be having directors of that school. If they are paid a salary, they will pay as you earn. But if they do not take a salary, but they have this as an investment and they are directors, where they take dividends or earn some income, they will be required also to file their own individual tax as directors and pay directors' income. So those are the possible income tax, those are the possible other taxes that you may be paying as a school. They are all not mandatory. If you have no canteen, VAT will not apply. If you or your directors earn an income, they will be paying pay as you earn, which you have already mentioned, and nothing more. And of course, income tax is the one that applies across board. And if you are VAT, if you are withholding tax agent, then you'll be withholding tax from your suppliers. I hope, David Twahirwa, this answers your question, and I thank you all, our dear listeners. I thank all those who have asked these questions, and I look forward to our next session of Buza Commissioner. May God bless you all. Thank you for paying your taxes. Thank you for joining hands with all of us to build our great nation, Uganda. I thank you very much.
Buza Commissioner. Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them.
Micheal Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni will catch you at 10 p.m. For now, we hand you over to our team that brings in the front bench. Let's see what they have this evening.
Welcome to the front bench. Now tonight we are going to be exploring how Uganda can harness the power of ICT for social and economic transformation, but of course focusing on how technology drives innovation, job creation and wealth generation. It is very important. Now with my guests tonight, we are going to be understanding how truly ICT can transform livelihoods, create jobs, but also build a digital economy for Uganda. Now, allow me to introduce my guests for this show. I do have the pleasure to host the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Amina Zawede. Good to have you on the show, PS.
Good evening, viewers. It's a pleasure to be here this evening.
Thank you so much, PS. I also do have the pleasure to host the principal of Uganda Institute of ICT, that is Dr. Frederick Chitogo. Good to have you on the show, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Good evening, viewers. I'm pleased to be here, and you're very welcome. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did expect that we shall have the Honorable Minister as well, Dr. Chris Bariomonsi, but because of other engagements, he did receive an abrupt call. But of course, I do have the top guns that are going to actually answer all your questions about information and technology, about ICT, so you are sorted. I am Jethro Kasaiji. Let's get started.
Oh, Uganda.